Hi guys, welcome back to Anewyoricanthing kitchen. Because it's really chilly. We're in New York, Long Island. It's chilly and it's soup time. So we're gonna make chicken soup today, Sopa De Pollo. So I'm really excited to share this with you. It's a really simple, easy recipe. If you don't have everything, you can kind of substitute, which is fantastic. Oh, and by the way, look at my apron, guys. Do you love this? I love this. I just got it from my husband's prima, which is now my prima from Puerto Rico, so I love it. I hope she's watching. Shout out Diana. The best chicken to use, in my opinion, is to use the thigh. So I use the whole entire thigh that happens to also have the backs on it. Now my market has a fabulous package that comes with everything you need to put in soup, which is fantastic. So it comes with the cilantro, it comes with cabbage, it comes with celery, onions, everything. The only thing is I'm adding more potato because one potato really not good. But it has the fresh corn, and it also has chayote. Now chayote, if you've never heard of it, is kind of a cross between, it's like jicama, really. And it's a great thing for soups. But again, if you can't find that, do not stress it. The other thing you need on your shopping list is, of course, sofrito. Gotta have some of that. If you do not have any or know how to make it, I do have a recipe on my YouTube channel, so visit that. Also, you're going to need some sazon. If you don't make your own, you can get the packet and just use one packet. If you're making your own from my channel, use a tablespoon. The other things you need are fideos, which are just really, it's very thin angel hair pasta. If you can't find this brand or something similar to that, just use a very, very thin pasta, cut it in half, and you have the same concept, really you do. So the first thing we want to do is we want to start boiling your chicken. Now, when you start boiling your chicken, I do not add anything. I start building the flavors after the chicken has boiled and cooked. So first thing you're gonna do is start boiling your chicken, and then we can start cutting up all the veggies that are going into the soup. So let's do that. All right, guys, so while my chicken is boiling, and now some people like to add chicken stock, and sometimes I do. I just didn't have any today, so I was like, it's fine. Like I said, I didn't have it. Again, not a big deal. Plus we have this little packet that came with my little kit, which does add the flavor as well. And if I don't have this, I don't use it either, to be quite honest. So basically, I just want to cut up all my veggies and get it all together. I also don't use tomato. Again, if that's what you want to do, absolutely, it's gonna be delicious either way. So I do like cabbage in my soup. Some people don't like the cabbage. So it's really to your liking, just do what works for you. But it's gonna be a nice, hearty soup for sure. So I'm just gonna cut the cabbage up and then we'll just wash everything at once when we throw it into the soup. So basically what I wanna do is cook the chicken. I wanna boil the chicken. That could take about, I don't know, maybe like 45 minutes. Let it boil down, maybe less. Cut up your potatoes. I'm gonna use what they gave me. But I'm definitely gonna need more potatoes because one potato for a soup is not even a thing. And I may add more carrots. It's up to you. So if you like more veggies in yours, then definitely go for it. So I'm gonna cut up my potatoes. When you're cutting the chayote, what you wanna do is peel the skin off. So what I usually do is cut it in half, and I usually cut it again, fours. And there is kind of a membrane in there. So I'm gonna take that out, okay? Take it out of all of it, out of all of the pieces that we just cut. It's like that little piece there in the middle. And by the way, this is also fantastic in salad. I love it in salad. I mean, it's so versatile, this vegetable. I absolutely adore it, and it just has such a great mild flavor. It doesn't get like soggy. It stays, that crunch stays if you're using it in its raw state, which I really appreciate when I'm cooking certain dishes. I've even put it on my penne sandwiches, so it's actually really good. And you're just gonna cut it in cubes. Now the cilantro, I do add a few pieces while I'm cooking the soup, but I really use it at the end just to top it off really nicely. Now, if you have fresh corn, what you want to do is I cut it in pieces, okay? It's not too hard to cut down. As you can see, I'm just pressing down. Pretty hard, but nothing that you can't do with a regular sharp knife. So I got 4 pieces out of that, which is fine for my family. If you want more, then you can use more. Now, I do use frozen if I can't find fresh, which also works fine. I prefer fresh, obviously, but the frozen is not bad at all. So I'm just gonna cut my potato. If I feel like I did buy extra carrots, so if you want to, I may add extra carrots, I don't know. I mean, every time I go to make soup, I used to say, oh, I'm only gonna make a little soup. It's just not a thing. Just pull out the big pot, because making a small batch of soup, it's not a thing. If somebody does it, I'm highly impressed, because I can never. I have started out many times in a small pot and had to transfer to the big pot. I'm like, just go with the big pot. So I'm just prepping all this stuff. I'm gonna rinse it off. I'm gonna wait for my chicken to boil for at least 30 to 40 minutes to really get that rapid boil going. Rinse this off. We'll be back and we'll add our vegetables and start building the flavor to our delicious chicken soup. Okay guys, so my chicken's been boiling for about 45 minutes. So I've been skimming some of the fat off, and the water has reduced because I had the water like probably around here. So you're definitely gonna have to add a little bit more water. Now we can start adding our flavors and start making that happen. So I'm adding 4 cups of water because the water has reduced to about half of what I had it before. And we may need to add more, definitely, because I want it to be a little bit higher. First, I'm gonna wait to add my veggies. Okay, so I'm gonna add chicken seasoning, look at that. Just gonna add that in there, which is gonna add some, add all this stuff in. I'm gonna add my sazon, because you're gonna add salt and pepper to your liking. So first do all of these things and then add the salt and the pepper, and little by little. Because I find sometimes I even have to add more as the vegetables are absorbing the water. So then at this point, we're going to add all of our vegetables. So I have an onion that came in my package. I have my potatoes. And again, if you don't want it this chunky, just cut your stuff down. And I'm just gonna throw it in all at the same time. Okay, so I got my carrots as well. We have our cabbage. So this is all going to be deliciousness. Can't wait to have some. I'm excited. And the great thing about soup though is I find that it really freezes really well, because this is a big pot. So I find that if you freeze it, it actually is it's perfect. I mean, do it for like 3 months and it just tastes just wonderful. And if you're like, you know what, I feel like having soup, you just pop it out. So it really comes out really lovely. Now I do believe there is enough water, and you may need to add more water, but we're gonna see how it goes, because remember, we still have to add the noodles, but the noodles are the last thing that you're going to add to that, because it cooks very quickly. So we're just gonna let this simmer until all those veggies are nice and soft, and then we can add our fideos, and then we can enjoy. Okay guys, look at how good this looks. Oh boy. So my veggies which I made them nice and chunky. Okay, so let's see if they're almost ready. So they're still a little bit firm, but that's good. I like it that way actually. And let's see the potatoes. Nice and soft. Corn is cooking. Look at the chicken, it's already melted down. So I think I'm gonna add just a little bit more water, and then we're gonna add our fideos, and we need to add salt. I'm going to add salt a little at a time. I use kosher salt, which is very aggressive. So just do little at a time. And I'm gonna add some pepper. However much you want or not, that's up to you. So I'm just gonna stir that up. I'm gonna add another cup of water. Okay, because now I wanna add my fideos into this. And that is going to also absorb water. So I want to add just a little bit more. So I'm going to just wait for that to come back to a bubble, and then we're going to add our fideos to that. So they come like this in like little bundles that you could just drop in. I usually crush a few and drop in some as well. So I'm going to drop a few like I mentioned. Oops. I'm going to crush this one. Now I added 3 of these little bundles. So now this is a nice big pot. Okay, so you know what? I think I'm gonna do 4. I mean, what the heck? Let's do 4 of these puppies. And then let's just mix it in. And that's gonna break apart very nicely, and we're gonna get the noodles, so that's gonna be fun. Now, I have a cooking hack for you guys. Sometimes if I have a chicken that I had roasted, I just save the back of that and any little pieces of chicken that are left over, and I save it in the freezer when I'm gonna make chicken soup. So you guys can certainly do that, and you can add chicken to it. But the bones of that give you a nice stock to your soup. So now we're gonna wait for these noodles to cook, and we can have ourselves a lovely bowl of soup. Okay guys, look, this is ready. This is gonna be so good. Okay, so now I've tasted it, and the last ingredient that I didn't mention that we need to do is your adobo. It's homemade, which you can find it on my YouTube channel on how to make homemade adobo, because mine has oregano, it has salt, pepper, garlic, it has all of those things. So I'm gonna put a handful, you can, and you just taste as you go. But it has the pepper, and it does have oregano in it, which I do like in the soup. So you can just go ahead and just keep tasting for your liking. I think it's good. This is gonna be so good for dinner with the nice Italian bread. You guys are good. Or some tostones. Never hurt nobody. I hope you enjoyed my recipe. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe to my channel. Thank you again, guys. See you guys soon. Bye.